Warned you guys in previous videos about married women. You guys have been warned multiple times. Do not get married. Married is just a waste of time, money, and energy that you cannot get back. All that time wasted. You spend all this money to make this woman happen, and still she cheats on you. She betrays you. She never respected you because you are a simp and put her on a pedestal. Don't get married. I told you about my mistakes in the past. I made some mistakes in the past when I was trying to get over my ex. I was sleeping around with married women because it was so easy. I didn't have to do anything. And I wouldn't do it again. That's a mistake I did in the past, and I learned from that. I learned that marriage is no benefit to a man. You're about to hear from the horse's mouth on why these women chose to cheat on their husbands. No matter how hard you work in a marriage or in a relationship, it's never going to be good enough for a woman. Never. Please learn from these men's mistakes. You have so many men who are advising young men to not get married. Do you know how far a lot of men would be in their life if they never got married? They probably could travel more by themselves. They could pay off a house. They could pay off all their debts. They could be in a better position than they already are, but they can't because they married the wrong woman. That woman has, she put them in a situation where they're both drowning in debt. He's taking on her debt. They were living above their means. He spent all this money to make her happy, and still it wasn't enough. She divorces him, even though that she was cheating. He has to give up his 401k, his retirement. He has to give her this big settlement, and he has to start his life all over again from ground zero. At 40, 50 something years old, he has to start his life all over because he trusted the wrong woman. You're about to see why these women cheated on their men. And I'm telling you, man, you guys have been warned. Do not get married. It's okay to have a long-term girlfriend. Don't get married. And people keep on saying, well, if you've been with a woman for so long, you guys are basically married. Well, shit, take breaks with her. And come back to her. Take breaks, do whatever, but do not get married. Do not invite the state into your relationship. Do not get married. You guys have been warned multiple times. Those days of finding a good woman, they are over. So let's watch this video.
When I messed around with this professional baseball player, and I let him know straight up who it was. I let him know that he was really, really good looking, and that he was a decent.
Guys, she's got that nose, that little bull ring on her nose. Whenever a woman has that, just know that she's crazy as shit and she is not to be trusted. That is a dead giveaway. When a woman has that nose, that bull ring on her, that is not a good sign. Usually she's crazy.
Smash. He was from Arkansas. He was a dark-skinned, a black man. Oh my gosh, y'all.
Oh yeah, and fellas, man, if you just search, always search your girl's phone, bro. Search her internet history. If you got a girl and she watches Blacked, and if y'all know what Blacked is, Blacked.com. If your girl watches that, just know that she's up to no good. If that's in her internet history, that means that she will be doing something very soon.
Actually really gorgeous. Now that I'm looking back on it, like compared to some of the other dudes I was messing with, like this man was gorgeous. I low-key regret not keeping him around. I should have kept him around. Not even just like the money or the fame thing, but just genuinely because he was a good-looking man. This dude had a chiseled abs. He had chiseled chest. He had nice arms. He was very tall. He had to have been like, I don't even know, 6'5", somewhere around there. He had long dreads. He had clear skin. Y'all, when I tell you, he was a beautiful chocolate man. Like, I feel like that one character from White Chicks.
Because this white woman, her husband is a white dude. So all this white woman does, all she does is she just has a fetish for this black dude. She doesn't look at black men seriously. It's just a sexual fetish, and that's it. Her true type is a white dude. She just uses black men for sex. This is not a compliment, and this ain't nothing to be proud of. This is a below average woman who's cheated on her husband multiple times. And this ain't no compliment. She's just using black men as a fetish. That's it.
Beautiful chocolate man, right? And yeah, he was a decent smash. He was pretty well hung. I'm not gonna lie, low-key hurt. I'm like, why are you hitting my cervix? But anyways, that's not even the point of this video. The point is, I told him about it because I knew that it would break him because he didn't like black people. And I was like, hey, so I got some news for you. You want to hear the good news first or the bad news? And yeah, I let him know straight up, like, hey.
Can you imagine if you were if this was your ex-wife putting all your business on TikTok for the whole world to see about her cheating? This is the mother of your child just embarrassing you guys as a unit, as a whole, as a family. This guy picked poorly, and he's paying for it.
I messed around with this black guy. You can screenshot this and send it to your lawyer for when you file for divorce, because I'm not filing for it. I'm not going to pay money to a lawyer to file for it. You can do that though, and I'll give you full custody of your child since you want it so bad and you want to be a single father. That's fine with me. I will be free of you. Right? So I told him the truth straight up. I did not lie to him. I did not try to trick him. I did not try to lead him on or anything like that. I told him straight up, I messed with this dude and now you have a reason to file.
My husband, we were in high school.
This woman does not even care about taking care of the kid. She's going to give full custody to the husband. She does not care about him. And she just does not care. She said, you're going to file. I'm not going to file. But that's a woman for you, man. This woman probably never loved her husband. He was probably more in love with her than the other way around. And she slept with multiple men during her marriage. And this is what I'm talking about, man. This is, the married women I slept with in the past, I would not do that again. I made mistakes in the past. I wouldn't do that again. But the married women that I've dealt with in the past, that was their attitude. They just did not care. They were very sloppy and they just did not care about their husbands. And it made me realize that I feel like most wives, man, they just hate their husbands. Another person said, like, they made a comment like, it's so easier to bang married women than it is single women. And I feel like that's true because these women hate their husbands so much. And that's sad, you know? And look at this Latina cheating.
Sweethearts. At that time, I used to go to church. I was raised Christian and I always used to sing at church. And I think that's one of the reasons why he fell in love with me. Because I was a good girl. He was my first and only man for many years. And he loved that. He ate that shit up. Just the thought of him being the only one to touch my body and be with me and make me feel the way he would make me feel was an idea that he couldn't let go of. And I get it. Imagine being your partner's only one. That's a dream from heaven. The problem was that when you're raised...
Do you understand why I say these women are so sloppy? Why do you have to put your entire business on TikTok? So your family and friends can hear about your cheating? Why? You're just embarrassing your husband. You're embarrassing your family.
To walk and talk a certain way and be conservative and be a good girl, you crave other things. For many years, I suppressed the feelings of wanting more, of the desires that I had. When you're not allowed to go out, to club, to drink, that's the only thing you can think of. I wanted to dance.
Yeah, the fact that she lost her virginity to this dude, she didn't go through her whole phase. She didn't really experience what it's like to be with other dudes. And she got pretty bored, I guess. But dang, because I've never had sex with a virgin. So I used to assume that if you have sex with a virgin, she's going to be all on you. But I guess this is not the case.
To experiment different partners, multiple partners. However, I did love him, and that's what stopped me. For many years, I tried to spice up the relationship. I would text him nudes. I would text him what I wanted to do to him. But he never gave me the same energy. Instead, he would text me, "What are you doing? This is not you. When you go out, is this how you act?" And honestly,
This dude did not know he had a freak, for real.
I was looking for something more than the missionary position. We had many fights.
Okay, guys, when y'all having sex, bro, you can't just do one position throughout the entire time. The relationship is going to get boring. You guys got to spice it up, bruh. You guys got to do different positions. You got to be rough, be dominant in the bedroom, man. Don't be boring, because I think this is why women are going to get bored with that. Y'all can't be just, "I want to make love to you all the time." Nah, man. Sometimes you just got to give it to her rough.
Because I wanted to go out and he didn't. He didn't even want to go out with me, dance with me, do things with me that I wanted to do with him. After many years of suppressing my feelings, something happened that gave me a way out. He was taking a shower and he had left his phone on the coffee table, and I decided to go through it. And what I found was that he was liking these skinky girls' pictures. He was liking girls that were half naked. And I was like, what? I'm over here trying to be a good girl for you to be liking skanky bitches? I can be one too. This made me feel like I wasted my time hiding who I really am inside. And it snapped something in me. I didn't understand why it was so difficult for him to give me what I wanted. That was it. I wasn't gonna wait anymore to get what I wanted. I didn't want to die with any regrets. He had a friend that would look at me with these eyes.
Bruh. Why do women do this? They'll have sex with the husband's friend. Bro, that's not his friend. That is not his friend.
That would follow me at parties, that would touch my skin and make me feel like I've never felt before. He's the one I wanted to try. I fantasized with him for so many years, and I had enough. One day, we were at a party, and I said this is the perfect opportunity. Because at this party, the bathroom had 2 doors, one to enter the bathroom and one to go to the bedroom. So I said, tonight's the night. Since he always followed me around, it was the perfect plan. I was also drunk, guys, so don't judge me.
Don't get married, and don't ever get with a woman who's a sloppy drunk who cannot handle her liquor. Just don't get married. Don't.
I got up and I went to the restroom. I waited in the little hall, and I had my compact mirror to see when he was coming. When I saw that he was coming, I entered the bathroom. I knew he was waiting for me, so it was just very easy to open the door and pull him in. I told him, I know what you want. I want the same thing. And then I said, no one's gonna ever find out. And I kissed him. He kissed me back, and it was the best kiss I ever experienced in my life. I completely enjoyed the moment. It was something I never experienced. However, I was dumb. I didn't use protection. Neither of us were prepared because we never thought this would happen. Him betrayed his friend, me betrayed my husband. It was not in the cards for us.
You had unprotected sex with your husband's friend, bruh.
But the worst part was that we both felt something strong when we kissed, when we made love.
That's just lust. You don't even like, that's lust. You don't even know this person on a personal level like that. It's just lust, and she's just acting off of emotions. Man, I'm telling you, this, it's
After
bad.
this, I couldn't stop. The feeling of doing something I wasn't supposed to do was something that I never felt. It would calm me. It would make me just fantasize of the night. Him and I only slept with each other once. But I had to feel that again. I had to find someone else to fulfill that feeling. And I did. I kept cheating on my husband over and over and over again, and I wouldn't feel bad about it. I had no idea why. Was it my daddy issues? I didn't understand.
Women have daddy issues, run.
What
Just
was
run.
it that called me to be this type of person? Every time I cheated, it just became easier and easier. My husband never found out.
And also, when a woman cheats and that guy is piping her down very good, he's hitting certain spots that the husband doesn't hit, that feeling is going to get addicted to her. So that's what drives these women to keep on cheating. It's exciting to do something so stupid for these women because the thought of almost getting caught and doing something bad, women get off on that. And this woman is scandalous.
But I'm sure he always wondered, where did I get these new moves from? Sometimes I think if I should come clean or just wait till I get caught. I don't know what I should do, guys. I don't think it's normal for me to be acting this way. I have seek therapy to find out why I like the feeling of doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. Sometimes I feel like I wouldn't care if he found out. Sometimes I wish he did find out. I became a pro with the cheating. I downloaded an app called TextFree where I would hide my text messages. It was many years that I was doing this. I would download the app when he was gone and I would remove it when he would get home. And one day, I forgot to remove the app. He saw everything. He confronted me, and I couldn't even look him in the eyes. He told me that he could forgive me, that we just needed to go to therapy. But I told him that there was something really fucked up in me to hurt someone that has.
You don't need to go to therapy. The relationship is over. If a woman cheats on you, it's done. For her to open her body like that to another man, unprotected, raw, his DNA is inside your wife, he's hitting certain spots, that the relationship is done. Therapy is not going to save
Been a
it.
great man to me, and I didn't want to waste any more of his years trying to make this relationship work when it wasn't working. He understood, and we separated.
I started having an affair with somebody that I
Buddy.
met during training. The affair went past training. It was a long distance affair. Like the physical part was pretty much over, but the emotional part stayed. And about 5 to 6 months into it, I felt terrible for what I was doing. So I set my husband down and I told him everything. Things have just kind of been on the rocks ever since, as you can imagine. I immediately started therapy. I'm still in therapy. And through therapy, I realized that, I haven't.
And therapy doesn't work for any of these women. These women are still damaged, and therapy, that is just a waste of time and money. It's not you're already damaged. You love cheating on your husband. You love that feeling. You love that rush. Therapy is not gonna help you in this situation. You're already damaged mentally and physically. So, guys,
I've never been faithful in a single relationship I've ever been in. Most of my relationships I've ever been in have never been faithful to me either. And I now attend sex addiction anonymous meetings on Saturday mornings. I just need to know if, like, you know, after a year and a half of being on the rocks with my husband, and my husband's like back and forth on, like, if he wants to stay, if he wants to try to work it out, and he's back and forth on it. And about 2-3 weeks ago, he finally came out and said that he wanted a divorce, which was the opposite in which I thought things were going. I thought things were getting better. And since then, things seem to be calm between us. He's still in the house. He says he's not actively looking for a place to go. He hasn't talked to a lawyer. Have I messed up too much? Like, I don't. Is my marriage? Can I save this? Can I fix this?
Is my marriage sad? No, the marriage is over. You can't fix this.
I realized too that going to therapy, that, like, I grew up closer to my mom's side of the family, and everybody on that side of the family, including my grandparents, all of my aunts and uncles, and even my own mother, have had multiple children by multiple partners, multiple affairs. Like, and I just...
When a woman comes from a family like that, just run. Just run. She has no positive examples in her life when she grew up. She comes from dysfunction. So whenever you hear a woman who comes from a family background like that, she's going to repeat that same cycle. So just run and end it.
I don't want to be this way anymore. We have a soon-to-be 3-year-old. I don't know what to do.
Some men deserve to be cheated on. I said what I said.
This post-wall woman says some men deserve to be cheated on. Let's hear what the hell she got to say. Do y'all think she's a 10 out of 10?
I'll say it again. Some men deserve to be cheated on. Now, not specifically this person commenting who's saying, alternatively, he gave everything and she lacked loyalty and care. Anyone cheats, it's for the same reason, lack of loyalty and care for the partner. The rest are excuses and trying to hide bad behavior. This is true in the case of a good, decent, loyal partner. However, if you follow this comment back, I made a video responding to a man who said the following: stop, what he said was correct. My 25-year marriage was ruined because of it. The other guy didn't have to do anything, but he got all of her. I got arguments and neglect. Stop gaslighting.
And I think what that point when the husband said he got all of her, and I got arguments and neglect and stuff, and the other guy didn't have to do anything. During that time when I was sleeping around with married women, I think that's why I was, I wasn't in a good place. I made a mistake. I wouldn't do that again. But the reason I was doing that is because that was the benefit. I didn't have to do anything. These women would come straight over, do all this freaky stuff that they weren't doing with their husbands. They would do it with me, and they go back to the husband who's paying all the bills, and I didn't have to really pursue this woman, pay for anything. And I think when guys are in that position, some men are just okay being the side dude because they don't have to do any of the work. All the work the husband had to do to get his wife, to court her, pursue her, date her, spend all this money, marry her, pay for the wedding, pay for every single thing. And then she's giving that all to somebody else. Some men are just okay with just being the side dude. And I can see it from their perspective. They don't have to do much. But what he said is real. It's like he did all the work. And for her to betray him is messed up.
So there's a lot going on in this statement. Let's first start with the blame shifting. He's shifting the blame on his wife. He's shifting the blame on the other guy.
How is he shifting? It's facts. It's true. The wife cheated. She was in the wrong. The other guy didn't have to do anything. Like when you see a crazy woman like this, she's like, you can tell she probably hates men because she's post-wall and she's not where she wants to be in life. So she has to make these videos. She hates men. That's why she has this energy. You're shifting blame on your wife. It's not the wife's fault. What?
and shifting the blame on me for talking about, I can't even remember what the original video, if we go back 2 layers. Of course, not taking any accountability. It's her fault. All she did was argue with him and neglect him. It's the other guy's fault. He stole something. It's my fault for daring to even talk about it. Big victim mentality. Men love, love, love to play the victim. That
Women are the biggest victims in the world. Men are just, we're told to work hard. We can't show emotion. Don't complain. We have to hold all this in, and we can't ever show emotion and complain. And men are rarely the victims. It's women who play victim all the time.
is a role that they hold near and dear to their heart. They will always, always play the victim, even when it's not at all necessary. His trauma dump on a video was not at all necessary. He could have just kept his mouth shut, but men don't have the ability to keep their mouth shut because they don't have the ability to emotionally regulate. They have a feeling and it needs to come out, and it needs to come out like a fire hose at a woman. Of course, we love the weaponized therapy speak. Stop gaslighting. And this is where it gets me to my last point. This personal attack and super weird parasocial behavior. Men are really, really good at that. Stop gaslighting. Dude, you and I are not having a personal conversation. The man who made this comment made everything all about him. A man like that does not actually cherish his wife. He feels that his wife owes him something. He feels that the world owes him something. He feels that women owe them something. A man like that, I can't even imagine what he's.
This is ridiculous. Like, this is one of the main reasons men don't need to get married, because of this way of thinking. The way she thinks, majority of women think like her. Even if the woman cheats, she feels like she's not in the wrong. That man drove me to cheat. You know, the fact that she has this attitude like some men deserve to be cheated on. You're still not explaining why men deserve to be cheated on. You're shifting the blame on the man. That it's the man's fault. He's this and that.
Like
What?
behind closed doors to a loved one. A man like that deserves to be cheated on. I said what I said.
Wow. And it's sad because when the marriage is over and they go through a divorce, this guy has to start his life all over again. And watch all the friends that were around him when they were together. Everyone's going to be on the woman's side. He's going to have to start his life all over again, solo dolo with no friends, because they're always going to be on the wife's side, even when she's wrong. And women rarely take accountability. But you guys been warned, man. Do not get married. So I'll holler at y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Peace.